Okay, so the key things that your dress position, you really want to make sure you're getting your sternum over or just left of the golf ball. Okay, that's going to be where your club's going to kind of bottom at. Okay, if it gets too far behind the ball or the ball gets too far up in your stance towards your front foot, your club's going to bottom out early and then hit the ball on the way up. So then you will just thin the ball across the green because you're catching it mid-ball with the club rising as opposed to the club sort of coming down, making contact. Okay, now the issue you had mainly in the swing, as you went back, you had the hinge of the wrist going back maybe a little bit more than we really want. So you got that sort of cupping there in the wrist there. As you came through now, there's a distinct stopping with the hands and the club head just flicking. Now what you would get either a really sort of high shot lofting up in the air or one that whizzes across the green. So if you're trying to play a 52-degree lofted club and the lie was perfect, you just sort of scoop underneath it and it wouldn't go very far at all. Then of course as you hit the ball harder to try and get it there and you thin it a little bit, it's whoosh across the back of the green like a rocket in bunker or trees other side. Okay, so what you've really got to try and focus on as you come through, that right wrist, that angle you can see there, a little bit less to start, which is good, and just maintaining that as you come to the golf ball. Okay, so you're keeping your hands sort of swinging back and forth, your hands are continuing through to target, they're not stopping. Another visualization people often like is imagine there's a sort of finish line here by the left side of your body. Okay, as you go back here now, your hands are sort of slightly nearer the green line to start with. Okay, so they're in the lead. As the club goes back, your club's way back behind your hands there. Okay, as you come through, your hands should win that race, but your hands don't even get to the finish line as the club scoops past it. Okay, in this one, hands go back and your hands then get to the finish line just after the golf club. Okay, so it's not a bad position there now. Ideally the hands would just continue on a little bit more. There's a smidgen of a lift and scoop on that. There's a much better trajectory, and the club you can see working nice and shallow through the hitting area here, as opposed to this where it's sort of working quite quickly up after the shot with just that cupping of that left wrist. And when you try to get under a ball, it either results in thin shots or just lofted shots up in the air, or just duff shots because you're in the ground behind the golf ball. So make sure you get everything left of the golf ball, centre your chest, hands and your weight, and then keeping that right wrist, that's the key thing, keep that right wrist in that angle, keeps that club facing on. Once that right wrist breaks down, the club then overtakes, you catch middle of the ball and you're going to hit it more often than not. Okay? That dragging drill we said is quite a good one, where you put sort of a cushion there, put the ball back here by your right foot, just drag the ball towards the cushion, just trying to keep the ball on the club face for as long as you can, get a good sensation. You do that home watching the golf on TV, can't you? Yeah. Or even put the club under your arm, as we said. The club extends up through your arm here. Okay, as you swing, if you swing through and maintain that angle, you can twist through. If you hinge your wrist too much, you can see where the club would have gone straight through you. The side you just flick your wrist there. Okay, so it gives you the sort of feelings of how your hands have to sort of work with the golf club there. If you've got any thin bit of doweling or alignment sticks, you can actually grip it with the golf club sticking out there. Actually, golf balls. Okay, keeping that stick away from your body. So you've got the club down, the stick up there. As you swing back, the stick shouldn't enter or sort of smack into your body. If I swing this club now, imagine an extension out there. The extension's left of my body, missing my body, yeah? If I do this, cut myself in half. So just keep your hands and arms moving through the shot. Use the correct loft. But we saw the second we put that bag there, so right, go with the bag, or with the bunker, the next one was like, and you spin it across the green. It's just a psychological thing. When you're trying to lift the ball, how you try and lift the ball is always with that right wrist. And unfortunately, what it leaves with are the thin shots that whiz across the ground, like putting type shots, that run and run and run forever, or just flops up in the air and drops down 2 or 3 feet in front of you. So no real consistency with the distance. Okay, so keep that right wrist going through, get a much more sort of consistent sort of strike on that. Yeah, make sense?
Yeah.
Good man, excellent, good.